It was a meme of a girl in high school, a girl and a guy in
How
high
you
school.
gonna shame me?
Hold on, I'm not shaming you. I'm actually about to
You're
bring you full
perfect. No
circle.
one's
I got
shaming
your
you. You're
back. Watch
perfect.
this. In the meme, they were in high school. When the nerd came up to the girl in high school, she was like, no, I don't want you. And then once she became a baby mama, he was a CEO executive and all that. And she's like, hey, you remember me? He said, no, I don't want you. I be feeling like, respectfully, y'all is the grown-up versions of the niggas that got hurt in high school while we was out fucking with the drug dealers. Let me tell you something. We were victims then making horrible-ass decisions with grown-ass niggas preying on us. Y'all gotta let that shit go. You didn't get no pussy in high school. You getting pussy now. Get over it,
Absolutely.
nigga.
Absolutely.
Oh, the humanity.
Yo, that is crazy. I didn't even hear that part. Absolutely. She said absolutely, bro. That's crazy. Bruh.
Because how many times do you hear men bring up, but what about the girls who had the older guys picking them up in high school?
Get the fuck
like
over
it was right. It wasn't right then. It is not right now. And she wasn't the one who was responsible for making it right. He was.
So basically, they're always victims, essentially. They volunteered to be with these types of guys or were groomed, but now they realize the error in their ways. So now they can play victim. So from victim to volunteer. Shout out to CGA because he brought that up. And I thought that was a very excellent point because it's true. It's like nobody forced y'all to be with these guys. Y'all willingly chose to be with these individuals. But nice intro to the video. This story that everything that she just explained is the origin of a lot of dudes' villain story. This is where the darkness all began. So, as you know, small and as unimportant as it seems, it really does impact a lot of dudes when they grow up and realize like they worked hard and then it's just kind of like, oh, now you want to stand in front of me now, but you didn't want to stand in front of me before. It's just one of those things where it's like, if you didn't want me back then, you're not going to want me now. So if they're in their feelings about the dudes not wanting them now, to me, it's a pointless rhetoric because it's like, he should have moved on by then. Like, I don't even know why you still remember him, which is crazy. Like, you didn't like the guy, but you still remember him? But I get the idea. It's like, oh, I know you. You were that guy that liked me back then. It's like they always want to know that the guys that was chasing after them is still waiting on them years later, which is pretty crazy to me. But also to pinpoint, I'm gonna pull up the image, but this is the meme that she's talking about. I'm gonna give y'all some time to read it. This is the one. This is the one that they be. I think they did this with ASAP and Drake. Why do they always choose
ASAP and Drake? I don't remember that.
It was because of Rihanna, because Rihanna got with Rocky.
Yeah, okay.
But Drake actually wanted Rihanna or whatever. So, but they put their faces in there. They put their faces. They replaced the faces with theirs. It was funny. It was funny, but funny, not funny at the same time. But I'm gonna let you go ahead, cook a little bit.
I mean, I guess, you know, a lot of guys who've been in this situation, you know, that they was interested in the lady and they rejected them. Was the typical bad boy thug, whatever. And then years later, she ends up seeing him again of like, oh, let's chop it up. Let's, let's bring back old times and blase. And this whole situation of there was like victims and they were, I guess, groomed or whatever to be with older guys. This is the pinpoint of where a lot of them are not in good structure homes, because why on God green's earth would you go with somebody who's way older than you? You're in high school at that, or just because he flashed you with money or have some typical warehouse job, like he's doing something. And this is be a recurring theme that multiple women around that age group in high school think they can carry that behavior over years later when their life was already messed up originally, and then trying to get with the good graces of the guy they meet later, and especially when they have a whole bunch of negative baggage on them with the kids, the baby daddies, probably family problems, and trying to bring that on to you, thinking, yeah, I used to like you. I mean, yeah, we could be cordial to each other, but me thinking I'm going to like you again and try to chase you again back then when it was back in high school, that's not going to happen anymore.
With the same enthusiasm.
Yeah, with the same enthusiasm. It's like the girl, think about the girl you like, you've been chasing after her, and then she's been rejecting you, and then years later, and then she ends up seeing you again. Maybe her last relationship, whatever, didn't work out. Now she wants to talk to you and be like, hey, you guys want to like, talk, hang out and get some coffee or whatever, or some type of activity.
Placeholder.
It's like, why would you want to have that feeling again? Oh, I want to like trying to get back what I couldn't get. Whereas you had enough time to get over it. It's y'all, like I said, y'all gonna be cordial, blah blah, blase, and then keep it moving. Like that time has passed. You don't need to think about her now. Yeah. So that's why I just think that, some guys may take it to the extreme where they have this visual hatred of her. And I understand at the time how you was feeling, but it's been years later, so you should get over it.
You gotta move
But
on.
at the same time, don't get too thirsty or hasty just because that was a girl that you really wanted back in the day. Just let it go.
And also, a lot of things, like, this is one thing where I said, dudes, like I said, when we're here, we try to at least hold everybody accountable in the equation. I've said this before. A lot of those dudes wanted the popular girl. Let's just be honest. You wanted the pretty girl. You wanted the girl who was getting everybody's attention, but you were, I wouldn't say a loser, but you wasn't all that. So you can't be mad that you couldn't get a girl like that at that time when you didn't really have virtually anything that will put you in that hierarchy that we have in high school. I know it's crazy for me to say that, but there is a certain amount of, like, a level, like the jocks, the athletes are at the top, even though we don't have money because money's not involved yet, but those dudes have potential to be something great later. Potential. Not saying they will, but it's potential. So when you leave high school, you go to the next level, you go to college. Now who's the next hierarchy guys? The engineers, the doctors, the future big, Henrys of the world, which Henry is a coin term, by the way. High earning, was it high earning, not yet?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Man.
Yeah. Rest in peace to the GOAT, man. One of the GOATs, anyway. One of them. Anyway, essentially, like, dudes got to just move on and understand that at that time, it just wasn't the right time and place, and you wasn't in your right mode to even get somebody like that. So it's okay. And then you're going to realize that person that you wanted so bad is not even the one that you really needed for your soul. Like, what you want is not necessarily what you need. So, like, you over here trying to chase this individual, but you're not looking at who the person is on the inside, who they really are, how they really act, whatever the case is, So just, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy to deal with, but you gotta just deal with it. Now, what I don't like is basically how these individuals are stating, like what these chicks were saying. It's like, we just got to get over it and accept that. It's like, that don't mean I have to accept who you are. I could just go get somebody else with a fresh, clean slate. Why do I have to deal with you? I could just deal with the girl that's a couple years younger than me, who's worked hard, who's smart, who's educated, who's not doing the things that you was doing when you was at that age. While you was out here, doing whatever, this chick was actually being smart with herself. Why would I deal with you when I could just deal with her? I just feel like they just don't like when people talk about them in this case, but it's like, dudes get talked about all the time. So what's the hurt? Like, if dudes do bad things, we're never, society always will remind you how bad of a dude you were. If you are on some BS, they're always going to be quick to remind you. I just feel like when it comes to girls, it's kind of like people try to like sugarcoat or try to like soft shoe, try to not hurt their feelings. But some of these things that are being said need to be said. That's the reason why. The more they try to shut it down from dudes speaking about it, the more it's going to implode. The more dudes are going to grow toward or move towards it. because you guys are trying to shut the message down, but it's just so dudes that actually worked hard get their money's worth, get their work, their hard works. I mean, their hard work, like their hard work is actually being properly rewarded. You know, they're not just going after some chick that was already getting, you know, chewed on and whatever. And then now you trying to wife that one up when you could have wifed up somebody that was at least a little bit more decent than the one that you had a crush on back in the old days. So I do agree that at some point dudes got to let it go. But always keep in mind that, you know, there's always opportunity to meet new people, always opportunity to get someone else that may be better for you. So don't ever get in that sunken place, oh, because this person didn't want me, I'm nothing. Like, no, bro. That person just wasn't meant for you. God did not intend you to be with this individual. And it's that simple. You just got to move on. But that don't mean you have to accept them if they come back. You can forgive it, but that don't mean you have to accept them. That's the part that they need to say in this message. Like, we don't have to accept the BS. We understand it. We get it. We moved on, but we don't have to accept it. Don't try to force us to accept bad individuals because suddenly now they're showing remorse and they're changing, and so we should give them a chance. No. You should go with somebody who's on the same equally yoked as you, who he just maybe just got out of jail. He's starting to work hard. You know, get with that guy. Why you got to get with me, who's the CEO? Why am I the important one? Go find somebody else. Don't try to jump in front of the line when there's other great individuals that that are way more worthy to stand in front, you know? But that's all I had to say on that.
Yep, man. All y'all gotta work on your issues, you know, male or female, and just try to do right about yourselves. And, you know, the things that were negative in the past, try not to let it get to you mentally, and just try to move on from it and also learn from it as well. And, you know, we try to end it from there. So if you guys have anything you want to say about the video or the comments we said about it, please leave it in the comment section down below. And also, we appreciate the support, you know, with the subscribers and, you know, all the feedback we'll be having. That's really appreciated. And also, if you want to support us through our merch, you can get that in the link in the description down below. So once again, we appreciate you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget the notification bell if you haven't already. If you guys have any recommendations or feedback, you hit us up on our social media or email down below. And we see you guys in the next video.
Peace.